It is now.
Okay, we're live. Hello, people. Um, Also, to let you guys know, uh, this weekend I set up the YouTube account so that it says GSS Podcast, I think, or GSS, something like that. A little bit different name, and then it says like entrepreneurial podcast, and it's get your phone off the couch. Get your Babe, can you help me out? Sorry, dude. We're trying to get her out of the habit of getting the bone on the couch. And
Not working out.
well, okay. So set up the podcast so that it says it has like a title, banner, all that stuff, and then I didn't upload like the past 2 or 3 weeks, so I set it up so that it's uploading the first video tonight, and then we have the second video the week after that. So we're basically set until like mid-December with videos. And I made a thumbnail, made it like just a white background, black font saying like what the topic of the video is all about. It's kind of like minimal, but it looks good. Yeah, so check it out.
You should have told us earlier. I have all this merch coming in. It says Three Amigos on it. Like now it's all
Fuck,
trash.
dude. You already fucking bought it. Damn it. But yeah, it looks good. We can adjust it. It's just kind of like, oh, we need something more official. But yeah. So today, we're doing the decision matrix. Jesus, dude, what's he gonna deal with? I'm gonna start going to my car and do this. So the decision matrix. So this is a really important step because this kind of like takes in all the brainstorming that we've done and just portrays like an end user. And then after we have all these end users, we then rank the top 10 of those based off of these questions that I have in these rows B through I, or columns B through I. And then after we answer those questions, we can really rank them. And the goal is to choose 4 to 10 end users, and then we're going to start looking at those end users and doing market research on them in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So the important part here is to narrow down our decisions on what is most important and to look at those because we're going to be spending a lot of time on these next end users. So the goal of today is to reduce rather than expand. Okay, so we already have our end users from our Canvas brainstorm. Our questions that we're looking at today are the following. Is the target customer well-funded? Is the target customer readily accessible to Salesforce, meaning that is there a gap between us getting the product to the customer? For example, like one gap could be Amazon, right? Like, do we need to get our product onto Amazon to get the product to the customer? Do we need to get our product onto a particular website to get it to the customer? That kind of thing. Next question is our target customer, what is their compelling reason to buy? Like, why would they go after our product? What does our product do? And then can we deliver a whole product? Are we just delivering an engine or are we delivering a whole car? That's what we need to consider there. What's the competition? Are we even going to have a chance to get on the market, or are we going to be blown out by the competition? Next question is, can you leverage the segment to enter others? So meaning that, like, can you leverage it to enter other markets? Does your market give you a good brand identity so that you can sell something else under that same brand, something that makes sense that your customers would also buy? And then last one is this end user and the product consistent with values, passions, goals of the team? And then from there, you give it a final ranking, 4 through 10, and that's where we narrow it down. So I guess we can just go through this real quickly, and then we can look at what Steve and I put as far as like our top rankings, and then Sean, you can give your input as well, to make sure it's captured, and we can just start. Like, I guess what we have here, I think we have like 20 something lines, 29. So reduce that by, I mean, reduce that down to 4 to 10. So we can start with like broad strokes in the beginning and then kind of discuss it as we go further. Okay, so first one, our end user would be an activist, volunteer, college educated, looking to meet others online for regular community service. My first thought there is that they're not going to be well funded, so that's going to be a hard market. Does anybody want to champion this end user? That might be a good way to say it.
No.
No.
What do you mean by champion? This end
So
user?
I think that's probably the best way to say it. Like, say for example, you really have a belief that we can make a good product for this activist volunteer, and it's going to be a good, well-funded product. We can get the product to them without jumping hoops. We don't have competition. It's compelling, consistent with our values and passions. And you are the champion saying like, hey, like this is a good product. This is a good end user. We should stick in the sand for this one and not reduce them.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Why don't we just look at the ones that both of you put rankings on?
Okay, we can do that. Well, so how about let's just go through these. I want to make sure that we're not missing anything. So let's go through these, and then if there's anything that sticks, you stop me. So this one's lifelong learners looking to teach and learn locally. So hobby explorers. End user here is educated learner, admiration for well-spoken speeches, debates, language, and ideas. So this is kind of more rhetoric. So you guys just stop me if there's anything that like you guys even feel like there's like an inkling of an idea or something that you're passionate about. Graduate school students and professors 20 to 40 looking to improve their speech, language, and points to defend their arguments. End user being a career professional 20 to 40 looking to improve their speech, language, and points. That's kind of what we just talked about, but more career focused. Okay, now here's Steve's number 6. This is a lifelong learner, college educated, green climate motivated, stories and narrative focused, disaster oriented entertainment. I'm open to that one. Sean, what do you think?
So the reason why I picked that on my list is mainly because I like the idea of making all these statistics real and then saying how you were saying in the earlier episode where say like, oh, 50 years, the podcast is taking 50 years into the future and you're talking about how LA is on fire and Florida's in the water because of those are all what the models are showing. So make it more real for people. I thought that would be like a fun, creative outlet.
Fun. Yeah.
End of the world, doomsday, kind of fun, you know, upbeat.
Yeah, I saw a car on fire today. Yeah. Okay, I agree. I think that would be good. I'm gonna put an O to the ones that we're like open to, and then I'll put the ranking there that you have.
Cool.
And then we can kind of narrow it down from more of those. Okay, this one is a registered voter looking for unbiased local voting suggestions and college educated. Registered voter looking to defend and expand their critical thinking skills to expand their political ideas for better dinner time discussions or discussions in general. An individual looking to strengthen family, friend, and significant other relationships, looking for skills and strategies to become better liked, communicable, and respectable. I'm open to that. Individual, college educated, young, 20 to 30, looking to learn skills and strategies to enjoy life and work well with the community around them. Entrepreneurial, college educated, looking to start businesses, struggling with ideas, self-limiting beliefs and instructions on where to start or how to do things. Sean, go ahead and stop me if you're not up for one of these and we can just mark it down.
Okay.
Someone who shares lots of news articles or links on Facebook or over text, looking for factual, correct information or fact checks. Business leaders looking to walk through scenarios to deal with logic problems or moral dilemmas. Oops. Consulting firm for Greek life to prep students for community fun, career, education, and risk management. People looking to improve decision-making skills, persuasion, quick thinking, and good reactions using an online medium of decision-making. Men 20 to 40, DIY enthusiast without tools or specific tools. Agricultural businesses, rural homes with plants, city dwellers with excess plants and looking to give back to the community. Fuck the community. Actually. Hobbyists wanting to learn new recipes from locals. We're good with that. 5 there. Curious hobbyists looking to explore local areas, hobbies, and foods 20 and 60. So young and old. It looks like we're both good with that one. So those looking to explore the USA second-handed through stories and reading about people's travels, climate change, activism, and shoestring. I'm open to that one because I think we are lacking in journalism. Curious tourists looking to explore local areas, hobbies, foods, and places, 20 to 50 years old. Outdoorsy, rural, homeowners, backpackers, 20 to 40, lawn surfing, hippie, no boundaries, no. Smart home, technical user, male, 20 to 40, college educated, looking to monitor water, waste, etc., green, climate change. 05, 3, and 0. This one will come up later, that line 25. Business leaders looking to conserve water, waste, all that stuff. Someone that wants to keep clothes clean and organized, middle-aged, trendy, urban outfitters, retail. Someone reduce grocery store bags and closet containers, heads of households, parents, 30s. 03 and 02, so that's a high idea. Reduce blue light, insomniacs, low energy, depression, optimize health, college educated. Got an 01, open. And then urban farmers, 20 to 40, green, climate oriented, college educated, and 04, open. So this is similar to line 25, where this one is a non-technical user, green, climate-oriented, urban, looking to monitor water, waste, etc. 02, 01, 01. There we go. All right. So now Let me just hide the X's. We can go through those points. How do you guys want to do this? You just want to hit topic after topic? We got about 40 minutes to reduce it down to 4 to 10. And then this week, so for the next week, if you want to, you can start. Actually, no, let's just do like, what this would do for us is that we'd get 4 to 10 rankings. And then next week we would talk about like, we'd do a team review. And then we'd also talk about like what we expect out of doing like market research. And then we divvy up who gets what market and who looks into it. The book recommends like 10 users from each market, but we can talk about that more next week. But it's like interviewing and also watching that person and how they spend their time and where their problem points are, so that we can figure out how to solve their problems. So for this week, narrow it down. Next week, we can really kind of assign them out and really start that research. And I think that's where it's going to get pretty fun. That's where we're going to come up with more ideas, but it's going to be work. But I think it'll be good. So I'm excited for that. Okay. First end user, lifelong learner, college educated, green, climate motivated, stories, narrative focused, disaster oriented entertainment. So Steve, you talked on that. Sean, how do you feel about this one? I guess being well funded. I guess let me know what you think in terms of all these arguments. So this would be like having a YouTube kind of channel or doing something story oriented where we talk about the impacts of climate change according to our current models and projecting that and being like giving a firsthand narrative in the future.
I guess they'd probably, I don't know, because they could be well funded, they could be not well funded. I don't know how to say, like, that's not a very specific end user, I guess.
Yeah,
I
so
feel like all types of people are lifelong learners, and there's a lot of college educated people that are broke, and also a lot of college educated people that have a lot of money. So I don't know.
but
I feel like
I
that's a hard
think
one.
for the climate motivated, you're definitely going to have a customer group that is more well funded. You're going to have like more urban or liberal group, and a majority of that is going to have money, I think, at least be like lower to middle class, or more middle class, I think. And you would get funding from them listening and your ads related to your entertainment. So you'd have ads that would like, I don't know, promote things that that specific group would buy more often, and that would be more expensive things. So I think the
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's kind of a divide because, like, I kind of disagree with everything that you said. Like, I feel like liberals don't tend to be more, like, to have more money. I feel like conservatives would tend to have more money. I feel like climate motivated people, like people that are making a lot of money, tend to not really care that much about the environment, I would say. Um,
Well, so then what's well funded? I'm thinking someone college educated would be greater than, let's just say on average 50 to 70,000 a year. Yeah. Or even like 50, I mean like I would even say like something like 70 to 100.
so then they're well funded.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So like, so you would target that that kind of group, and you would tailor your product towards that specific group.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then this one, I'm just thinking like target customer readily accessible to Salesforce. The good thing about that is like one, like a podcast type thing is accessible to your customer. And so I would say like, yes, here, but there is entrenched competition. But this idea is original, I think, as in I don't see anybody else doing that now. So that may kind of push through that. And then that would go back to like a compelling reason to buy. And this one's more of like a compelling reason to listen. Because you'd be using ads to get that purchasing. And I would say the compelling reason to buy is because people are obsessed with like fear and disaster and misfortune, because people like that. And it also has to do with themselves in the future. So I'd be like, futuristic disaster is fun. That's kind of and intriguing to people. Where's that damn wrap text thing?
Maybe under format. There's a format button on the right. I don't know if that would help.
Oh. I don't see it.
It's right to the left of general, that AB, and then the C with the arrows. Come on, guys. Jesus.
Dude, we're professional. Can you imagine how frustrating that is? Like if someone's listening to this and they're just like, good thing nobody's listening. All right. Can you deliver a whole product?
I would say yes, because this would be broken up into like individual episodes that wouldn't necessarily need to be strung together. So each episode could be completely unique and independent. So you wouldn't have to follow along in a story progression. It would just be like a one and done. I think that would make it more feasible for anyone jumping in and out of like listening.
Okay. So it's more accessible to like the everyday list or the
casual listener.
Okay.
At least that's how I was envisioning it. Instead of doing like a 15 episode thing where you have to commit.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, or even if it was like 3 episodes, like 3 30-minute episodes or whatever, it wouldn't require, it'd be more of casual passive listening.
Yeah, it's almost like the morning radio shows. Like you don't need to listen to those all the time, but you can just jump in and be like, oh, funny, or like interesting. I'm not so I think this question, when it says can you deliver a whole product, that's kind of like saying, the way that I interpret it, interpret that is that it's like, can you deliver a whole episode properly? Meaning like you get people talking properly, you have the script or whatever you guys do it. I think with this one, if I'm understanding that right, and like you make a really good point, because a casual listener can jump in, it's almost like a compelling reason to be part of it. You know what I mean? Like that's another plus to this idea, because it's just like, it's casual. You don't have to follow along and pay attention to this podcast every single day. It's just like you can jump in and get something out of it. Does that make sense? I don't know. Were you going somewhere else with the deliver a whole product?
I mean, for me, like I was thinking, can you commit like a season, right? Or can you
Okay.
commit, because when you're watching something or when you're, I mean, the podcasts that I listen to that are kind of more story based, it's seasons. So they'll say like the next 30 episodes or whatever are all about this topic.
Okay.
And for us, for this, at least the way I was envisioning it would be standalone. You know, Sean is working in downtown LA and like the 7.0 earthquake hits and like, he needs to find his way home or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like you are at home and then you get this alert on your phone saying that there's a wildfire that broke out next to your house and you need to figure out how to get home to your dog, like things that would be relatable, standalone and completely independent from each other. At least that's how I envisioned it.
Yeah, that
Just
makes okay.
for it to be more, I guess, easier to produce. Because we're not
Yeah.
writers. At least certainly I'm not a writer. So to sit down and map out even a 10 episode storyline would require a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. That makes sense. That makes more sense now. Okay. I'll just leave that. Okay. Can we leverage this segment to enter others?
Yeah, I mean, if you get good at storytelling, you can go and tell stories about other stuff.
So, storytelling skill, could you leverage it instead of like disaster? Could you do it like positive, like futuristic? So you could almost like have like a podcast where it's like, if climate change happens, if it doesn't happen, or something like that.
Hmm.
And I think we could even, if we get a big enough audience where we can market products and talk about how there's companies out there who are fighting, and trying to be carbon neutral and then highlighting those products or industries or companies,
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be a good way to also leverage the more of the retail space of like the attention span of listeners.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Values, passions, goals of the team. I'm good with that. Yeah. Okay. So I'll leave that. I'll just put an O for open, that we're all on the same page with that, and we'll go back to it. And then here, individual looking to strengthen family, friend, and significant other relationships, looking for skills and strategies to become better liked and communicable, respectable. Target customer. I think people who are looking for that are well funded, because I think that generally has to do with like people who are aspiring, like, I don't know, business oriented, career oriented people. That's kind of my take on that group. You look
Yeah, I
at
agree.
Or yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So like,
Speak your mind, Sean.
No, because I'm literally just bashing everything that Gavin says.
well, dude, do it. Like, give
Well,
your
like,
opinion.
I'm thinking like somebody fresh out of college, some engineering nerd that doesn't know how to talk to people, needs strategies to become better, like be able to communicate. Like, I feel like they need that, and they're gonna be broke. So
You know, fuck them. they,
I was there.
they ain't well funded.
Yeah, that's what like. But I also agree with what you're saying too. That could be like a business professional that is just trying to work on his communication or something. So,
Well, and
but
so like that's where you can. That's kind of like the unfortunate side of like a capitalistic kind of business, is that you have to survive as a business, so you need to target like the well-funded customers, but you can also run off and help the customers that don't have as much money. You know what I mean?
mhm.
um, dude, Dude, Steve is the cold hard business guy of the group. He's all, what's the ROI?
Yeah, man, that's all it comes down to, the bottom line.
Give me the ROI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can target like the business group. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Well, so I don't know. You guys lead this one like it. So Sean, you're saying that you want to target more of like fresh out of college type. So what
Yeah.
income would that be? 40 to 60?
0 income. Yeah, something like that. Maybe like, I don't know, 30 to 50, even 20 to 50. I don't think that many people make that much money out of college, depending on what kind of degree they have, I guess. But
Let's do that. So 30 is, let's do that. It's a good range. So 30 to 60, just play that out. Accessible to Salesforce.
yeah, I mean, this goes into what the first one was kind of. It's like you're not gonna. I mean, I guess you could sell like a hard product to them, but it's most likely going to be like some YouTube videos or a podcast or something, unless we can sit down and go through classes with them, like a training class. But I don't think we have the skill set for that, really. I don't know.
We can get to it though. Like if we don't have the skill set, we can always, adapt to it.
Yeah.
So what would their compelling reason to buy? Like why would they yeah. You think?
Because they can't talk to people.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
And
Or
then
that's
we would have the
one of the
answers.
biggest things.
We
I
can find
mean,
the answers.
I feel like we've been in the workforce for a decent amount of time, and you kind of understand how communication needs to happen.
And it also translates, right? So it's also like social skills and outside of professional environments that direct soft skill could be applied to. So I think it kind of double dips.
Mm-hmm. So
You should just highlight all of it, just all of it.
No, we're gonna go cell by cell, Sean.
we got 23 minutes. Is there a way that we can make this faster? What do you guys think? Or
Do you want to do
all of it?
do you want to do the ones that we both picked instead
do
of
that.
like the first two is only me?
Yeah.
So you want to go down to maybe the higher ranked ones that we both picked?
We can hit.
Since Sean couldn't do his work.
Yeah. Well, so like we can pick the ones that we both picked, and then if we have like any strong feelings about one, we can just kind of stick to it. Do you want to stick with this one? Do you want to talk on that one more? You go with that?
No.
This one's similar. Do you want to talk on that one?
No.
This one, entrepreneurial, looking to start business. Okay. This one, I'm interested in this one because I was thinking kind of like a meta project of what we're doing now is that we are filming ourselves create a product, okay? And we're experiencing the difficulties that go through it, like the pros, the cons, all that stuff. We could literally do this multiple times where we create an idea and we just continue creating an idea after idea, and we learn how to do it better so that we can teach people how to create ideas properly. Because I think that's the biggest step when I see entrepreneurs deal with that stuff, with people wanting, that's what I dealt with for a long time. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I was like, where do I come up with an idea? So if we figure out a way to sell how to create ideas, then that would be a very unique market. For example, we could set up a Patreon page where people can see our YouTube discussions for free, but they have to go onto the Patreon page where we share concise, structured lessons. And then at the end of our YouTube channel discussions where we come up with an actual idea, on our Patreon page, we can release the plans and say, hey, if you're a member of our Patreon, you now have access to this idea. You can go make a company with our idea. We're on to the next one. and we just create ideas. That was kind of my thought with this.
Yeah, or like even half-baked ideas, right? Like just things are like a couple episodes ago, Sean was like, I think that's a good idea, but I don't want to do it, right? Things like that I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. Target customer, college educated. I'm more pushing towards this limit, 70 to 100, especially if someone wants to be an entrepreneur. They probably have some type of business or like STEM background where they would be making on the middle end of that career range, or they'd end up making that eventually. Accessible. Yeah, I think it's just advice stuff. Reason to buy. So what I'm thinking is like, they don't really have a reason to buy right now. Like with where we are now, we don't have the experience to tell them how to do these ideas right. But over time, we will gain some expertise in this area if we continue to do this. And I think that would be their compelling reason to buy. So our experience over time, and if we keep documenting what we're doing, it's like, it's proof that like we put the time in and we earned our experience. Can you deliver a whole product? The problem I see is that we have no way to show whether our idea is a good one or a bad one if we just make ideas. So that would be a whole product for me. The guarantee that the idea that we're talking about is significant enough to make a business. So maybe we would have to actually make a business, sell it off, start a new one, sell it off, something like that.
I think for this one, the whole product would be one step before that, right? Like not necessarily thinking through, is this a solid idea to share with someone? More so the steps that we've taken to like learn how to, create an LLC or put things together, or like all of those other things that kind of go along with it. And I think those, once you learn them, you wouldn't have to really recreate the wheel. So I think we are able to produce a whole product. And then attach the idea to it and then kind of make it a complete product, right?
So the scope of a whole product would be a feasible idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Entrenched competition. Honestly, I don't see anybody working on that.
I mean, there's like a million self-help books though.
It wouldn't really be self-help. It would be like, hey, you decided you want to be an entrepreneur. How do you come up with an idea? Kind of.
Yeah, this also wouldn't be a book. This would be an audio podcast and a YouTube channel, which is a very different type of people that would actually sit down and read a book than someone looking online to get ideas, I think.
Well, so I think we would, yeah, I get what Sean's saying though. Like there would be competition in the people, like, have you ever seen that like Gary Vee guy who's just like, you just go to hustle and do this?
I hate that guy.
And so like that would be our competition. And our argument against that would be like, yeah, he's out there and other people are out there saying like, just fucking do it. But like, we'd be like, yeah, we got frustrated with just fucking do it because we couldn't do anything when we were trying to do it. And so we're going to give you the steps to like figure out how to step your way up this gigantic waterfall in a way. So, yeah.
I think we're giving people the how you're going to do it. Don't just go out and do it, because obviously, duh, it was that easy. Everyone was doing it. But we're going to teach people how to do it, which I think is a different perspective.
Yeah. Okay, leverage the segment to others. That, I don't know how easy that would be. Well, okay, you have entrepreneurial ideas. Can you just leverage that segment to figuring out how to create ideas, original ideas in academics, in science, in book writing? You know what I mean? Philosophy, psychology, like it's almost like the study of ideas themselves.
I like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The ideas. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds cool. You know what I mean? Like, you can use it. So, yes, into idea creation. Okay. Yes, consistent there. Open. Okay. This is the double one. Business leaders looking to walk through scenarios and deal with logic problems and moral dilemmas. Business leaders, I'm going to say this. This might be in person. What do you guys think? Scenarios? Maybe YouTube?
Like a consulting firm almost.
Yeah. Like putting someone under the pressure in front of a bunch of people saying like, hey, this is your situation. Deal with it. What would you say? What would you do? Compelling reason to buy. I think we could offer like a grittiness where I think a lot of businesses are kind of like sensitive around difficult moral dilemmas where they're just like, oh, well, you just got to be the best person. Like we can be like, hey, we're going to put you here. And like, you're not always the best person. So we're going to put you in a situation where you need to test your character in a way. So like gritty and realistic. So I guess our compelling reason to buy would be that normal corporate atmosphere is kind of corporate and not realistic. Meanwhile, we're just going to give you like the bare bones, like this is how real life is. It's not so like HR and what's the word, politically correct. Maybe, you know, you kind of get the angle I'm going at.
Yeah.
Okay. Deliver a whole product. I think we could put on some seminars. Entrenched competition. I don't know.
I don't know enough about this industry, but I would assume that there's leadership consulting firms out there.
Yeah. Leverage into other industries. Honestly, I'll just kind of, my thought right now is I'm not so up for this idea because I'm in a shaky water here. So I would be okay taking away my vote for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, same, because it's more of in-person traveling sort of setup. So I would agree.
Okay. Locked.
I actually want to put a 10 right there for mine.
Okay.
Just kidding.
You had your chance and you didn't get it. So.
Quick thinking, decision making. You know what? We're short on time. Let's skip these.
Do the bottom one.
Okay. Non-technical user. So I separated this one. We had a non-technical user for the monitoring water and waste, and then we also had a technical user. I was thinking like there's some devices out there for like monitoring electricity and water and stuff like that, but you got to hook it up to your Google Home and all that shit. And I was like, what if we make something for the people that don't want to make it super technical, but still want to know what the resource management is at?
Like
Um,
instead of hooking up to Google Home, you can hook it up to your like Bluetooth to your cell phone just via Bluetooth
well,
instead of going through Google or something like that.
I was thinking more of like more mechanical sensors. So like
Oh,
you have like something that you put on your water, and it says like if you go past a certain amount where say like say you make like 5 gallons. I'm just throwing a number out. 5 gallons per day is what is bad for the environment. Then if you use more than 5 gallons, it turns red. You know what I mean?
they're gonna
And
say just turns off your water.
no water.
No
You
water.
drink. You starve or whatever it is. Dehydrate. You know what I mean? So like more mechanical rather than like an indicator, electronical, electronic, an electronic indicator. I don't know. That was kind of my idea. So non-technical user. Um, you have people that
I like I like the Bluetooth thing, like Steve was saying, just because like everybody has a phone, and I feel like Bluetooth isn't that like technical of a thing,
I
and
agree.
you can get like notifications telling you like, oh, you're using this much water or like this much electricity kind of thing.
Um, you have a big range of people for that one, money
I
wise.
think you're overestimating like how much people make.
Do you think so?
I feel like I don't I don't like should we look at average household incomes? I don't think that's like the average.
Am I? No.
Maybe in like downtown LA, that's the average, but not in Montana or Mississippi or something.
So what would you say then for this one? So you got to think that they're going to be green climate oriented, um, and we're saying
Yeah.
urban as our end user. For someone to live in an urban town, I think they have to make a good amount, and then for them to monitor water and waste, they're going to probably make more to where they're considerate enough to look at the economy rather than just at themselves. That's my thought on it. What do you think?
So the median household income in 2019 was $70,000. And so that's like two people.
Two
Okay.
people?
I mean, household income, right? So
What about median city income?
for what city?
Can you put like average of cities, like an urban population?
Um, so for individual counties, median income ranged from 21,000 to 130,000.
Hmm,
So
big range. Okay. Well, so like what we can
I
do
mean,
here,
it's fine.
is like we can pick our final ranking. Um, let's do this. Since we're short on time, let's pick like 10. We've already reviewed these. We've already talked about them. Um, let's pick 10 in our ranking, and then next week uh, we can fill in these answers as we go, as we learn more, and we do research on that market.
How many are that you both did double that you both put rankings on?
1, 2, 3,
Mm,
4, 5, 6.
that's not.
Oh, sorry, my
You're
bad.
double counting, my friend.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
That's
6.
not.
Wait, did I not do that? Ah,
That's a
fuck.
That one
zero.
does.
I'm going through these too fast. God damn it. 25. Okay. So I'm up to look at this one. Are
Yes.
we agreement there?
Yes.
Okay. Urban farmers. I'm up to look at that one. You guys, I feel like you guys are no on that one. Yes or no?
He just gave up on counting.
I don't believe in urban farmers. No, pass.
Okay.
Um,
Let me see if I can make an argument there. Okay. Okay, here. Okay, this one I want to make an argument on. I kind of believe in that one. All right.
I was iffy. Like if I had 11, then I would have picked that one.
Fucking 11, dude. Fucking, I'll do that Mario research myself. Well, do you like blue light or red light? All right. Grocery store bags. I'm cool with that one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, but fuck Sean though. All right, next one.
Yes.
Okay, smart home. Damn, dude, that's gonna be. What I was thinking is like the reason I went with mechanical is like I don't know how to do software, like coding.
You just pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, you can just pay someone, dude. Come on.
Bullshit. What about this one? This would be. I'm okay not doing that one. Fuck that idea. Fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Curious hobbyists looking to explore local areas. Dude, I think this one could be good. You could get like tourists in there and stuff, you know? People
I think
looking-
that would be all software though. It would be like the Yelp of hobbies or whatever. Like I think that's more software than anything else.
Yeah, so we're thinking
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do an X. Learning local recipes. I'm okay.
I like that one, but it's like the same thing.
Yeah. So that deliver the whole product, we might have a problem there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Decision making. I'm okay skipping that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like you're set on that one, Steve.
I kind of like it, but I didn't.
You didn't even give it
know.
a ranking, dude.
If I had 12, that would have been number 12.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like we can hit that same idea with some of the business stuff though as well. You know, I know what you're trying to get. Yeah, it's like this. What do you guys think about that one? I don't feel like I have the industry background.
No.
Entrepreneurial. This one, I think this one's kind of good. I like that one.
Yeah.
This one's actually a lot higher than I originally ranked it.
Yeah, you ranked it last.
Is that what 10 means?
Yeah.
All right. The skills and strategies. Steve, you're champion on that one. What do you think?
Nah,
Kill it.
kill it.
This one, Steve.
Kill it.
Kill it. Kill it. This one. This one, I'm up for that one.
Isn't even on your
Yeah.
list.
It is now.
Cool.
All right. So that's
How many did
okay.
we end up with?
Probably too much. Actually, you're good. Okay, so let me make an argument for these. Okay, hold up.
All right.
Okay,
You got
I feel
60
like-
seconds.
motherfucker, dude. So like, I feel like this one, even though it sounds like kind of hard to tell everybody to switch to like red lights, I feel like you could do it because it's like it becomes like a trendy thing. We can just be like, dude, like I've been sleeping so much more, blah blah blah. All I did is switch to these red lights, and I have these things that I put in my outlets, and I've stopped using my electricity bill, and all I'm using is these red lights, and my circadian rhythm has been improved. I feel like you could make a good marketing thing around it, and I think you could find some evidence around it just based off of helping people go to sleep on time because they don't have distractions. And people don't realize how much light distracts them and keeps them up. That's kind of my thought. I think there's something marketable here. It might not be a game-changing product, but it is something that I think people might be like, oh, that's a good idea.
I actually just thought of a really good idea, but I don't want to tell you guys so people don't steal it. I'll text it to you guys.
I'm intrigued by this idea, so I'm willing to vote for it because I
Okay.
find this concept interesting.
Okay. So Sean, are you in agreement as well?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
You made a compelling argument.
This
I
one,
gave you.
this one's a little bit harder to make an argument. Okay. I feel like
No.
this one, okay, this one is kind of, I guess, related to the 31 in a way. Like, basically, I want to make it so that, like, what I see now is like our city life is fucked if we keep continuing it. Like, it's not feasible for it to continue like in 50 years from now. And so, like, we have to figure out how to make it better. The way that you can make it better is by causing the market to shift towards more water saving technology to grow your food. And the best way that you can do that is by making farming techniques which are better for saving water more accessible. So, for example, if you make some type of unit that where you could grow like tomatoes or like potatoes out on your patio in a small confined space with limited resources, you could set that idea aflame in urban communities, and then that would influence other things and help the climate. So you would use something like the aeroponics is a big thing that I researched, and we could do that and sell units. And if we come up with a good idea, we could probably sell units for like 1,500 to, I think probably 1,500, which is which is a lot, but it would just be really technologically savvy and kind of like self-growing gardens.
All right, fine.
My problem with this one is like, can you feasibly feed like 2 or 3 people with this, or is our kind of, because I guess I just rebutted my own
No, yeah,
point in
yeah.
my head.
That's a
Like,
good point.
would this be just to like offset, right? Because like it's not night and day. It's not like you either are contributing to climate change or you're completely like not completely contributing to climate change.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it could just be a way of like offsetting emissions, right? And like growing some of your own food so it's not all shipped from Mexico or Nicaragua or wherever we get our
Yeah,
foods from.
it would be like a way of just giving, and I think the marketing way of saying it would be like giving enjoyment. Like people like growing their stuff, and so it's just like, hey, you can grow your stuff in this cool like technological way, and then you can learn about this kind of like new way, and we're going to make it super easy for you to learn by just buying this unit, and boom, you got everything. Have fun, grow whatever you want, and then as we kind of like market that more and more, like that has an influence on the market itself, I think, if you can sell that idea well. Like
Got it.
it's kind of it's a hard turn for the market though, I would agree. So almost like what you would be saying is like um the customer is not readily accessible to the sales force, or it's more like, yeah, it's running into problems in these areas. So like Salesforce, compelling reason to buy, and then entrenched competition, because your competition is like, why would you farm when you can just go to the grocery store? That would, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
waiting to explore it though. That sounds fun.
Okay. Let's let this is kind of a, let's leave this as like last. So we got 1, 2, 3. We got 7. So let's put this one 7, and then what do we got? 6. Or want to go backwards? 1, 2, 3. And that's hard. Kill the babies.
I think the smart
Mm.
home would be for me like number one.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. I want to put this one as like, I don't want to put it 3. I want to put it, I don't want to put 2. I want to put it like 3.
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's
not sure
fair.
about that one. I'm almost saying this one 2 because it sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there more above that or no?
No, the
That's
one.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have 1, 2, 3. So we're missing 4 and
Oh,
5, right?
I would say this one, I could say this one is 4th. Coming up with ideas. You guys think 4? That's kind of a tough territory.
That's like a 10.
You think so?
No, I'm just kidding.
It's out of 7, bro.
Oh, yeah,
I
dude,
can count, Steve. Thank you very much.
I can, dude. Okay. I would almost say this non-technical. I'm interested to explore that more than the blue light because that's a market I don't see many people going after. It's super technical monitoring. So I like 5 and 6.
Cool.
Sure.
Dope. Whoo! All right, dude. Let's go. All right. Next time we'll split that up. There's 3 people, 7.
It's like 2, 2, and then 3.
All right. I'll take 3.
Or like 3, 3, and then 1.
Oh yeah. That's probably more accurate, dude.
Yes. Yes.
All right. We'll give Sean like a shitty one.
Yeah. Give me the blue light one.
No, dude, fuck that. I want to know. You're gonna do it wrong, dude. You're gonna be like, dude, all the customers hated it.
Nobody likes it. It's fine.
Nobody likes it. Oh, dude. All right. I'll upload this one. Okay, we're good. Until next time.
Peace.
All right. See you later. Bye.